Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. We have reached another review in our Course in Miracles lessons. We are on the sixth review and end of the first part, and there are only two parts. I'm going to read the introduction to our review today, and then I will read the lesson that we are actually reviewing. So, review number 6. For this review, we take but one idea each day and practice it as often as possible. Besides the time you give morning and evening, which should not be less than 15 minutes, and the hourly remembrances you make throughout the day, use the idea as often as you can between them. Each of these ideas alone would be sufficient for salvation if it were truly learned. Each would be enough to give release to you and to the world from every form of bondage and invite the memory of God to come again. With this in mind, we start our practicing, in which we carefully review the thoughts that the Holy Spirit has bestowed on us in our last 20 lessons. Each contains the whole curriculum, if understood, practiced, accepted, and applied to all the seeming happenings throughout the day. One is enough, but from that one, there must be no exceptions made, and so we need to use them all and let them blend as one, as each contributes to the whole we learn. These practice sessions, like our last review, are centered around a central theme with which we start and end each lesson. It is this: I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. The day begins and ends with this, and we repeat it every time the hour strikes, or we remember in between. We have a function that transcends the world we see. Beyond this world, and a repetition of the special thought we practice for the day, no form of experience is urged, except a deep relinquishment of everything that clutters up the mind and makes it deaf to reason, sanity, and simple truth. We will attempt to get beyond all words and special forms of practicing for this review, for we attempt this time to reach a quickened pace along a shorter path to the serenity and peace of God. We merely close our eyes and then forget all that we thought we knew and understood, for thus is freedom given us from all we did not know and failed to understand. There is but one exception to this lack of structuring. Permit no idle thought to go unchallenged. If you notice one, deny its hold and hasten to assure your mind that this is not what you would have. Then, gently let the thought which you denied be given up in sure and quick exchange for the idea we practice for the day. When you are tempted, hasten to proclaim your freedom from temptation as you say, "This thought I do not want. I choose instead," whatever the lesson that we are repeating for that day is, or simply, I choose instead to know that I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And then repeat the idea for the day and let it take the place of what you thought. Beyond such special applications of each day's idea, we will add but a few formal expressions or specific thoughts to aid in practicing. Instead, we give these times of quiet to the capital T teacher, who instructs in quiet, speaks of peace, and gives our thoughts whatever meaning they may have. To him, I offer this review for you. I place you in his charge, and let him teach you what to do and say and think each time you turn to him. He will not fail to be available to you each time you call to him to help you. Let us offer him the whole review we now begin, and let us also not forget to whom it has been given, as we practice day by day, advancing toward the goal he set for us, allowing him to teach us how to go, and trusting him completely for the way each practice period can best become a loving gift of freedom to the world. That is the end of our review. And so lesson 201, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And then we begin our lesson review of 181. I trust my brothers who are one with me. No one but is my brother. I am blessed with oneness with the universe and God, my Father, one creator of the whole that is myself, forever one with me. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. That is the end of lesson 201. When we understand that we are not bodies and we are still as God created us, we remember the oneness. And so when we trust our brothers who are one with us, we are realizing that we all are the expansive energy of the world. We are the molecules in the air, and we are all connected. And so we are not connecting with the egos of one another. We are connecting with that soul, with that unified consciousness that becomes only love and creativity. And when you can look at your brother and look beyond the ego and what the world might show you, you see the reflection of yourself, and you can feel that love and that connectedness that really goes beyond words. It is those moments when we are in kind of a state of awe, or a state of such profound stillness that there aren't words to express how we're feeling. And so many people have expressed that sensation in different periods in their lives. And so look for that, the ability to go beyond the words, because words, remember, are simply symbols. Let's see how Tina Spalding channels things today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. All the trials and tribulations you go through in your daily life happen because you try to be something you are not. You try to be socially acceptable. You try to be something that your parents taught you to be. You do not listen to your guidance system. You do not listen to that deep truth inside you that is love, joy, creativity, and self expression. Freedom, self expression, and love. These are the pursuits that should occupy your mind. You are as God created you. You are not a mistake. You have come here into this dimension, this pointed 3D experience you call your life, and it is a detour into fear. It is a detour into something that is not your natural home. Many of you say to each other, I do not feel as if I belong here. I do not feel that my family is the right family. I almost feel as if I've been dropped into the wrong place. It is because you are not at home here. You have walked away from your home, capital H. The story of the prodigal son comes to mind. The child leaves his father's home and goes on a great adventure. At some point, he gets tired and broken, loses all of his money, and he wants to come home. That is where most of you are right now. You have had your adventures. You have chased many idols in the world, and you have yet to find the happiness you seek. Now you want to come home, but you are scared. You have become lost in the wilderness. You are confused. That is what this text is for. It is the gentle map home. You cannot be taken home too quickly because you've chosen to go on this long and arduous journey, this detour into fear. You will never have your free will overridden. It is so important that you understand this. Some of you fall down on your knees in despair and plead, please take me home. I don't want to be here anymore. You are here through your free will. You are unloving through free will. It takes a little bit of education for you to see that all the suffering you experience comes from distortions in your mind that you believe in and continue to practice throughout your day. These gentle lessons rehabilitate your mind and reclaim your sovereignty. You must do them by your choice. We cannot do it for you because you will never have your free will taken from you. It is one of the greatest gifts you have to choose the experience you want to have. You can make this a nicer journey by choosing love as often as possible and forgiving as deeply and frequently as possible. Within a very short time, you begin to see the transformation these practices bring. If you continue them over years, you slowly erase all the idols and unforgiving ideas in your mind, and you come to a deep peace and acceptance of yourself as you are. You realize God created you, a beautiful, sacred being who is immensely creative, loving, and kind. That is what will be left at the end of this long process of erasing everything from your consciousness that is not true and that you do not want to carry around as a burden any longer. I am that one that you know as Jesus. We will speak to you tomorrow. Such an incredible gift, but sometimes so hard to wrap our head around in this field of fear. We often experience that disappointment in our lives. We think that we are seeking something like money or love or fame. And it is that understanding that everything of this world, everything that we try to make special and not connected in oneness, falls short of that union and that oneness. That is the truth of who we are. And so relationships fail us, and jobs fail us, and stuff that we have acquired fails us. And we realize that when we reach that goal, it's a little bit lackluster. We talk about it sort of being anticlimactic because we think that it's going to be this huge, amazing, triumphant success. And what we realize is the end point is not the goal in this lifetime. The journey is. Be with the journey and choose love as often as you can in this journey. And as you remember that you are not this body, that nothing of this body is who you are, which is why we can have, again, people lose limbs, people have illnesses that create loss of any manner of functions of the body. It's not who we are. It does not change the being that resides within each and every body. Remember that, and you will come closer to peace in every step of your journey. Have a wonderful time with this beginning of this review, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.